Most gardeners think fertilizers are the only way to feed their soil, and honestly, it's slowly killing your garden, that's right. Synthetic or even over-applied organic fertilizers can create dependency, degrade microbial life, and leach nutrients before your plants even absorb them. You end up spending more while your soil gets weaker over time. I didn't realize this until I started measuring my soil conditions with precision. That's when I discovered a simple technique that replaces most fertilizer entirely: burying bamboo. I use a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter to track moisture, pH, temperature and light in my raised beds and garden soil. It revealed that even when the soil looked fertile, nutrient distribution was uneven and pockets of dryness were limiting microbial activity. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. Having this tool lets you see what's really happening below the surface and honestly prevents the most common mistakes gardeners make when introducing organic amendments. Burying bamboo might sound a bit strange, but it works because it feeds the soil differently. Most organic matter we add, compost, leaves, even kitchen scraps, breaks down and feeds the soil slowly. Bamboo, however, is incredibly rich in silica, micronutrients, and slow-release carbon. When buried, it doesn't just add nutrients, it actually changes the structure of your soil. It creates channels, improves water retention, and encourages microbial and fungal activity at a level few other amendments can. In one of my raised beds, I buried sections of chopped bamboo alongside my usual compost and monitored the results. Within weeks, soil tests showed improved moisture retention and higher microbial activity. Plants responded faster, leaves stayed greener longer, and root systems expanded more aggressively than in beds without bamboo. Most gardeners are missing this simple biological trigger. Here's the thing. Soil is a living ecosystem. You can pour on fertilizer, but if the biology isn't active, nutrients never reach plants efficiently. Bamboo acts as a trigger for microbial life. It provides a slow-release carbon source while creating the perfect habitat for fungi, bacteria, and worms. I once tested a bed with just standard fertilizer versus a bed where I buried bamboo. The fertilizer-only bed looked decent, but roots were shallow and some plants showed nutrient stress mid-season. The bamboo bed had deep, aggressive roots, higher yields, and even pest resilience improved. That's not magic, it's biology responding to better habitat. How to prepare bamboo for your garden. You don't just toss whole stalks into the soil, preparation matters. First, cut bamboo into sections roughly 6 to 12 inches long. Chop thicker stalks into smaller pieces if needed. This increases surface area and accelerates decomposition. If the bamboo is fresh, that's even better. It contains more sugars and natural nutrients that feed microbes. Older, dry bamboo can still work, but it decomposes slower, so plan accordingly. I often soak fresh bamboo in water for a day or two before burying it to jumpstart microbial colonization. Placement is critical for results. I usually bury bamboo about 4 to 6 inches below the surface in raised beds. Avoid placing it directly against plant roots initially. You want it close enough to release nutrients as roots grow into the zone, but not so close that decomposing bamboo competes for nitrogen early on. In containers, I cut smaller segments and mix them into the bottom layer before adding soil. Over time, the bamboo decomposes and feeds roots from below, much like a slow-release fertilizer block. So, let's talk about why you should really monitor your soil while using bamboo. Even when you're working with organic techniques, things can still go wrong if the conditions just aren't right. That's actually where my 4-in-1 soil moisture meter comes in handy. You know, when you're burying bamboo, it's pretty easy to either overwater or underwater. If things get too dry, microbial activity kind of stalls out. But if it's too wet, you end up with anaerobic conditions, and that really slows down decomposition. I use the meter to check both moisture and pH levels every week, just to make sure the bamboo amendment is integrating properly, Honestly, this small step can prevent that classic mistake of thinking, hey, I added organic matter, it'll just fix itself. But the truth is, soil biology responds to actual conditions, not just good intentions. So what actually happens when bamboo starts working in your soil? Well, within about 2 to 4 weeks, you'll start noticing changes in the soil structure. The surface will feel softer under your hands, water will soak in more evenly, and you'll see mulch breaking down a lot faster. Worm activity also increases dramatically since they really love that partially decomposed bamboo. Plant roots will start to exploit these new nutrient zones pretty aggressively. From my own experience, yields improve noticeably in just a single season, especially for heavy feeders like tomatoes, peppers, and squash. Even your leafy greens are going to benefit from that faster nutrient cycling. Now, this is the point where gardeners often make mistakes. Some folks think they need to bury bamboo everywhere and in huge amounts, but honestly, too much bamboo can temporarily tie up nitrogen, which slows plant growth early on. The real goal here is balance, using small, well-distributed sections spaced throughout your bed or garden area. Another common mistake is ignoring how long decomposition actually takes. Bamboo needs several weeks before it really starts breaking down in a meaningful way, so don't expect instant effects. The best approach is to start early in spring so your plants can benefit as they grow. Combining bamboo with other organic techniques really amplifies results. I often layer bamboo with compost or fermented fruit liquid, creating zones of high microbial activity. Bamboo improves soil structure and long-term nutrient cycling, while compost or fermented inputs feed microbial populations immediately. The combination is far more effective than either alone. In backyard gardens, this method has replaced 70 to 80% of my fertilizer use. I no longer rely on chemical inputs because the soil ecosystem produces what plants need naturally. Bamboo also helps in hydroponic and semi-organic systems. Even outside traditional soil, bamboo segments can enhance root zone environments. For instance, in raised beds with soil-light media or hybrid container systems, burying small bamboo pieces in the media improves microbial diversity, water retention, and root penetration. It's a versatile tool across growing systems. Consistency matters for long-term soil improvement. Don't treat bamboo as a one-time trick. For ongoing fertility, I bury new sections each spring and supplement with light organic inputs to maintain microbial balance. Soil life needs continuity. Neglect it, and the benefits diminish over time. Your goal is to create a self-sustaining ecosystem where nutrients cycle efficiently, roots explore deeply, and plants remain healthy without heavy fertilizer input. Bamboo is a simple but powerful way to achieve that. If you want to maximize results, measure and adjust. Even with bamboo, monitoring is key. That's why I can't recommend the 4-in-1 soil moisture meter enough. It prevents you from over or underwatering, ensures pH remains balanced, and helps confirm that your soil is ready to support microbial growth. Without measurement, even organic strategies can fail. What you'll see after a season of bamboo amendments, well, soil feels alive. Mulch breaks down evenly. Worms and fungi proliferate. Root systems expand, and plants produce more, often without any added fertilizer. In my raised beds, tomato yields increased 20 to 30%, leafy greens were larger and more vibrant, and heavy feeders like squash showed fewer signs of deficiency, all from the simple act of burying bamboo strategically and monitoring soil conditions carefully. If you're serious about building high-performing, self-sustaining gardens, this method is worth trying this spring. And if you want the exact tool I use to monitor soil moisture, pH, temperature, and light for optimal results, check it out here. herpascha.240c5uo. Subscribe for more practical tested gardening strategies that actually improve yields and soil health. And share this with anyone who's tired of pouring money into fertilizers that never deliver the results they promise. When you understand soil biology and how to work with it, the garden starts working for you instead of against you.